cold.
Hostiles eliminated. Agent down. An agent needs assistance.
Feel the testing ground! Being overrun!
Hello everyone and welcome to another build video. For today's video I want to show you my Merciless build. This is a build specifically made for Merciless and PVE. Not recommend at all using this one in PvP. Very good weapon in my opinion. It's still good. Not the best exotic in the game, but it's still a good weapon. And I've actually created a build for this one to make it more reliable, especially for the players that like to use the Merciless. So let's go over into the build. First of all, I'm choosing the sharpshooter because one, stability, and it's quite important. I'm going to showcase the rest of the build to see why this stability is important for the Merciless, and also the headshot damage because I'm using the sniper as a secondary. First of all, the Merciless, it's a pretty straightforward for you guys that have. So binary trigger, this weapon fires on trigger pull when released. If both bullets hit the same enemy, gain a stack. At 7 stacks, shooting an enemy deals 500 amplified damage and creates a 7-meter explosion to dealing 500% weapon damage, consuming the stacks. So just to show you real quick. You can see gathering the stacks on the right side of the weapon. Yeah, now I have 3. And that's basically the explosion. Now let's go over the rest of the build so I can explain you why this weapon is still good, and I'm going to show you why stability counts for this one. Now let's go over into the secondary weapon. Is the classic M44 carbine. This has marksman rifle damage, headshot damage, damage to armor, and ranger, because obviously I'm using this at long range only, because the Merciless I'm using for close, medium, and sometimes for long range. But if the target is has a long distance between me and him, I would like to switch to the classic M44 carbine and use it. For this weapon I choose the headshot damage, critical hit chance, and 5% weapon damage. Now for the sidearm I'm using the orbit. You can use whatever you want here. In my opinion, secondary weapons are they're not so much used in the game, so you can choose whatever you want here, but I choose the orbit. Now let's go over into the build. So I have the one piece of Seska to give me 10% critical hit chance with all the reds. with critical hit damage on it. Grupo Sombra, I have two pieces, one to give me that 50% critical hit damage and the 50% explosive damage, especially for the Merciless. As you can see here, I have weapon damage, critical hit chance, critical hit damage, and another critical hit damage with brace talent. While in cover, weapon handling, it's increased by 45%, and I will show you the difference after I go through the build. This is the holster, is the second part of the Grupo Sombra with all reds, as you can see. Fog sprayer for the knee pads because this is no-brainer. I choose the contractor's gloves for the gloves. This one gives you 10% LMG damage, which we are not going to use so much. Weapon damage and damage to armor, which is multiplicative damage with critical hit damage. And for the last part, it's actually the overload again to give me the 10% accuracy, especially because I'm using this, as I said, close, medium and long range. And at long range accuracy, it's important because you need to hit with both bullets in order to get the stacks. So that's why I choose the overload for this one with all the reds, and composure as the talent, while in cover increases total weapon damage by 50%. That's important because it stacks up with the talent on the chest piece. So let me show you the difference. So first of all, I'm going to shoot without staying in cover to see, and then shoot while in cover to see the difference on the stability. So this is while I'm not in cover, and this is in cover. So the difference is having the braced talent, also good combination with composure and with the stability coming from the sharpshooter, will make your Merciless not move at all. It's like firing with a beam, because it will not have any recoil whatsoever. So it's highly important to use the brace talent on this build in order to make this weapon not move at all. And this in this situation you can use this on heavy PvE content, in my opinion, and you deal a lot of damage. Also with the explosion, having the bonus damage coming from the Grupo Sombra, the second piece, will actually add more damage to the explosion. And as you can see, based on the stats tree here, I have 6 red cores. So if I'm going to stats, I have 59% critical hit damage and 170% critical hit damage. So you have to take in consideration with the bonus, because let's go back to the weapon. As a stack shoot, at 7 stack shooting, an enemy deals 50% amplified damage. So especially for Changas, you will deal a lot of damage. Even though it's not a Changa or it's a normal boss, you can actually, again, you're going to do a lot of damage. And then it creates a 7-meter explosion, dealing 500% weapon damage. So the more NPCs are close to it, the more damage you will deal to a lot of NPCs once the stacks are triggered. So that's why it's important to have one stability and also accuracy, because you kind of like don't want to miss the last bullet, and if you hit, yeah, you'll do a lot of damage. But basically this is how I managed to do this build in order to be reliable, and also to actually get worth out of it. And especially because weapon handling from the braced, you will also get, I think it's weapon handling, it's stability, and it's actually, if I'm not mistaken, rate of fire. So I think that the rate of fire, let me just check, 400. So let me see if I can equip another. Let's see this one, for example. No, it's the same. So basically it will not give you any rate of fire bonus. But let me go back to this one. So yeah, the weapon itself, it's good. It's still good in my opinion. It's not the best exotic. You can use in whatever PvE content you like. This is one of the builds that I usually use when I want to stay behind. For this one as a skill, it's very important to have the revive 5 because you don't have unbreakable. So once you go down and there is situation, especially if you go for legendary missions, it's important to have the revive 5. Also the fixer drone, because again, no unbreakable, so that will mean that you have only one bar. So and the bar is 226k armor, which you can see right here. After this one is gone, you need to use the medkit, and especially and you go on legendary missions or even the raids, you're going to need a lot of heals. So fixer drone might be a good solution for this build. But yeah, this is actually the build. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new to see more The Division 2 content like this, and until next time, have a good one.